Reverend David, Bishop here, at his church, deep in the ghetto.
Well, Dev, there is so much to say about what Africa is going through, but of course, part of it is that Africa is standing a great risk of being taken over by the Arab world, because the Arab world are thinking that the Western world has already taken the rest of other continents, so they think it would have been unfair if the Western world go ahead and also take over Africa with their influence and faith. So the Arab world thinks that Africa should be their continent, that they should take it. Right now they are using a lot of tricks and a lot of strategies, especially through guys like Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, the president of Libya, to really pump in here a lot of influence through money. They are now taking over the economy. They are taking over the stuff like education. They have started banks. They have planted a lot of mosques. You know what a mosque is? Oh, yeah. They're putting up a lot of mosques. Their strategy is to convert Africa into a Muslim religion or Islam, something like that. So the Christians here in this country, in Africa and in Uganda in particular, have been really suppressed in many ways, because they have nowhere to run to except to God. You know, here is people that are planting mosques, like I told you, everywhere, using their money. Sometimes they send their boys in our churches and pretend as if they have converted to Christians, equip them with a lot of money, and date our girls, befriend them, sometimes pregnant them, and after they have pregnanted them, they leave, because they believe once they pregnant a Christian girl, the baby inside is a Christian. That is one way of multiplying themselves according to them. When you look at the money issue and the purposes of having these banks, is that they only give loans to the Muslims and those that are willing to become Muslims. So you can see all these are really tricks of converting and taking over the entire continent. We are believing God, and we are praying, and we are saying no to all this nonsense. But we may need somebody's prayer support out there to pray for this, because most of African leaders, they don't have a lot to say about this, because they need money to run their budgets and to run their governments. So when the Arab leaders, through Mr. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, come to any of African president and they have to offer money to do this and to do the other, most of African presidents, even when they are Christians, they don't have too much say. They just bend, they just compromise, they just leave them to do whatever they want to do. Today they have started the schools of their own, they have started the universities of their own. I've already told you they have started the banks where they give loans to only a Muslim. So somebody needs to become a Muslim to access that money. You can see, according to them, all that is a strategy. I've already talked of so many mosques all over the place. You may find mosques have been planted every after 100 meters. You've lived in a place, Dev, where there is a huge mosque. That mosque was donated by Colonel Muammar Gaddafi as well. That's a lot of millions of dollars, you know. So according to them, they have made Africa a target. They have made Africa a target, and they think they can use Africa in any way they want. So we need somebody's prayer out there to pray for Africa, not to follow prayer or into the hands of these people, because we know that that's almost I may not say much about Al Qaeda and what they are doing, but of course you know that these people believe the same thing. You know, they have that hatred. They say, why America is taking, America has already turned the Americans to be Americans, and they think that all Americans are Christian. That is their thinking. All Europeans are Christian, you know, then Africa should be Muslim. You know, that's the same thinking. They take the two things alongside.
What do you feel, in your opinion? Do you think this is an evil thing?
To do what?
To
Because of what they believe. Because of what they believe. Muslims believe that when you kill a Christian, you've not done a wrong thing. So it's a kind of a crazy faith. It's a crazy faith. It's a crazy doctrine. There's a lot of stuff that they believe that does not match with humanity. You know, they believe you can kill a bunch of people at the same time. You can bomb them. You can bust. You can bust a plane. You can bust 1,000 people at the same time. And as long as they are not Christians, you've done the right thing according to Allah and according to Muslim religion. So that's not a good thing. Some African countries have already been taken over. These guys, right now, as I'm talking, like I told you, they have already penetrated the education system. Their agenda is, once they penetrate the education system, they will be able to get people to speak for them in parliament. You know what I mean? And the other thing, you've got to listen to this, Deb. They believe that through education, they can get lawyers. As many people who have studied law, they actually sponsor this. And the agenda is, once they get a bunch of people who have studied the law, they can go in parliament, they can go in the judiciary and influence the constitution, so that by the end of the day, they come up with their own Sharia law, because they believe so much in the Sharia law. I hope you have already heard about this, the Sharia law. It's already operative. It's already in operation in Nigeria. That's why it's causing a lot of trouble in Nigeria. Because once a nation allows a Sharia law, which is another Muslim constitution, or Arabic constitution, but we may call it Muslim constitution. Once you adopt it, then it's like you have turned that community to be a Muslim. Then they start to move everything in their own direction. You know, that is
scary.
Oh, very scary. Very scary.
I had to make this special effort, David, to find out this information for you. And once again, we can talk on and on and on. We have only 1 minute left here. My power is going to cut out here. So, again, I can't thank you so much for your time and effort. In fact, I want the world to see this, to make sure that I'm here. I'm shaking this man's hand, and I'm also...
Thank you, Dave, for coming to Africa.
Yes.
You have done a whole lot of difference, and we love what you're doing, and we appreciate you. When you go back to America, please greet those good people, and we appreciate those that sponsored your trip, those that sponsored your coming. Please continue to do this. This man loves God, and he loves Africa. I know there are so many people out there who cannot dare come to Africa because you fear the lions and the elephants and the chimpanzee. You think they can eat you, but this man is not eaten yet.
Yeah, still here.
He's still here, and he's coming back. Thank you very much. We appreciate and we love you.
I want to hang out even longer. It's going to be sad to leave, and Dave, it's so sad that I'm leaving to Kenya tomorrow. But to our viewers, we've got more pastors, more churches to visit, and more stories about God and what's happening in Africa.
Maybe let me take this opportunity to invite many of you who would want to come. I am Bishop David Chiganda, the senior pastor of Christianity Focus Center, but also the chairman for all the pastors in Kampala City under an umbrella organization which is called National Fellowship of Born Again Pentecostal Churches. So you can see that through me, you can get to reach so many other pastors. I lead 870 of them in this one city, and I am the chairman, but also I pastor my other local church. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. If you want to come, let us know. We'll be here for you. God bless you.
Dave, thank you once again for your time. We're going to run out any second. All the love. You're an amazing man. And thank you, God.